By the way, doesn't that make it look like, Kelly, it makes it look like you are using these interviews as therapy.
They are. I become friends with the people I interview.
You do?
I do, because we talk about things beyond what we're there to talk about. And it's so helpful because I'm home with 2 children until 1 o'clock every day.
Okay.
And I just need to talk to another adult. And a puppy who likes to get wrapped up in the cord connected to the light of my computer.
When you started explaining to the one person, it's okay, I think we'll be able to pick it up a little bit later on. We should be able to get that packet at school.
You know why Seth is doing this to me, right?
Why?
Because in a future airing of Twin Cities Live coming up around the holidays, you will see that I have outed him that he plays the air guitar. And he is not happy with me.
Oh,
so
he
Seth,
heard about
I
that.
apologize, but really, you made me look like a nice person, so I appreciate
Hey, girlies.
you.
Hey, girlies. Mommy's working right now. Could you please? Thanks, girlies. All right. I am great to be here.
That
was so great. Thank you, Seth. Thank you, Kelly.
Yes.
While the arrival of the COVID-19 vaccine is a light at the end of the tunnel, there is still a lot of tunnel to get through, sadly. The days continue to just kind of blur together, and I think that we've all struggled with getting stuck in our routines.
But there are ways to make positive changes, and that starts by setting achievable goals. Joining us now via Skype to help from Nystrom and Associates, we welcome back licensed psychologist Dr. Karin Ryan.
Hi, Dr. Ryan.
Hi there.
Dr. Ryan, you just heard a little bit of Kelly's therapy. Do you feel like she was like talking about problems in the appropriate way?
Yes, and I think she's experiencing the monotony that we all have of like the same thing over and over every day.
It's like Groundhog's Day. Every day I'm telling my children that I'm on television because they forget every day.
And I wonder too, I see now what you were doing vocally, I always do this right out of frame. I'll put my hand up and snap, and I do the snap of like, don't, I already told you this. But here's what happens when we go through these activities day in and day out, the monotony of these weird routines that we have developed, sometimes I think we sense that we're not our best selves. And then at the end of the night, the kids go down, you have a moment of tranquility. And sometimes I find myself then looking back, psychoanalyzing my interactions with my kids or with my wife and thinking, well, that wasn't kind, that was much shorter and sounded more gruff than it needed to. You say that we need to be kind to ourselves. It's easier said than done. Help us.
Absolutely. You know, we were talking about making achievable goals and making positive changes that we want to see. And the first step is to be kind to ourselves. We oftentimes should ourselves. And so if you can say, like, don't should yourself and watch for criticism and watch for that, oh, why didn't I? Or what's wrong with me? Why do I always? And that really harsh talk doesn't tend to be helpful. It tends to shame us and makes it more difficult to make change. So if we can acknowledge that change is hard and then say, and I can do this, it's really helpful.
And make those goals achievable. You know, you think about, you know, you make your New Year's resolution and it's like, I want to lose weight or I want to save all my money. You've got to break that down. It's never going to happen if that goal is too big.
Yeah, Kelly, you're exactly right. If it's, I want to eat healthy, that's how do you measure that, right? But you can say, I want to add a vegetable to every dinner, or I'm going to do yoga every day. How about I'm going to try yoga tomorrow? Or, you know, I don't like yoga, but I like to walk. I'm going to make it the goal to walk tomorrow. So making those goals something that's achievable is really important.
Why is it that we don't take enough time to acknowledge when we have accomplished a goal? Because I think more often we think, oh, geez, even if you make a specific goal and you say, I want to add a vegetable. At the end of the week, if you don't add a vegetable to that plate every day, you're thinking, darn it. Instead of celebrating the 6 days that you did, you think about the one that you didn't. Why are we so messed up?
You're absolutely correct. That inner dialogue, that critical inner dialogue tends to be stronger than our positive one. And so that's when we really want to catch that, challenge it and change it and say, no, that's not fair. I don't need to do this all or nothing thinking, or like you're saying, letting the one negative taint all the good. And so taking that time to acknowledge and validate when you've met that goal or made that change you want to is really important, because that gives us a sense of mastery, helps fend off depression, helps empower us. That leads then to us making more positive changes, more accomplishable goals.
You know, I'm going to give credit here to Steve. Steve is very good. Even today, he came in the office and he asked everyone in the room, what was your win today? And my win was that I got to work out by myself without a puppy running around. That doesn't seem like a very big deal, but it doesn't happen very often. So that was something that I could celebrate. And so you should celebrate those small things daily.
Yes. And you can say, and I made that happen because I got up early and I set a plan to make sure I could be alone. And so that was absolutely a success on your part.
Well, and then what you start to do, you're right, is you reverse engineer that. If you make this goal, you know, and it's working out in the morning, reverse engineer why was I able to do that? And then you start to sort of compound the wins, right? There's a positive
Right.
snowball effect that can take place. Dr. Ryan, I want to give you credit while we're sharing all the credit. I was talking with some family recently about holiday plans, and I said, you know what? We've had some great professionals on Twin Cities Live, and one of the things that they said was to stay flexible when it comes to what this year is going to look like, and understanding and respecting the fact that everybody at any shared table in any family circle has a very different opinion about a whole bunch of different things. Of course, the pandemic right at the middle of it. So what you have been telling us has been making a difference in the Patterson family.
That's wonderful. That makes my heart happy to hear it.
Good. Well, it's good work that you have been
Yes.
doing, and we appreciate you trying to keep our heads in the game. This has been a long haul, and there's some track left ahead of us, but we're heading in the right direction. Dr. Ryan,
Thank you
so much. Nystrom and Associates, they provide care in the fields of psychiatry, psychology, family therapy, and more. They have 20 locations in the Twin Cities.
They work with couples, families, and individuals of all ages. If you are struggling with stress, anxiety, depression, or addiction, make sure you reach out to them today.
Up next.